Yo, what up, man?
Hey man, how you doing?
All right, all right. Busy day. I'm trying to stay on my eating schedule. I gotta drop some more weight.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing good. Just driving up to Washington State. Go see my brother.
Mm.
Do give him a hand with a project.
Mm-hmm. How is I don't know if you might be saying it, but your brother's a chef, right?
No, this I have I have two brothers. One's a chef and one's a financial advisor.
Oh. Ooh, finance.
Yep.
Your brother he must have an interesting take right now.
Oh yeah, I'm interested to talk to him.
With the state of the economy. It's such a funny thing right now. I was I was
Funny.
talking to my yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm. I
okay,
was
it's kind of
talking
funny.
to well I was talking to my accountant today, and he was telling me about, you know, he sees businesses, he sees numbers, the real numbers, all the time, and he was telling me like a lot of the extra entertainment, not necessity type things, type of businesses, they were either doing extremely well or they were pivoting to something else or changing all this stuff, and he was saying that all the like services, business services, construction, plumbing, the necessity, killing it. Services, killing it. Cranes, killing it. You know,
Yeah,
he can't tell me about specific businesses, but he was just kind of saying like,
just
things
giving you a
are.
general rundown.
Yeah, just a general thought. And I was like, I agree. And that's something I had to look at for myself too. You know, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the full picture of the economy. I got to hear people's opinion. I got to hear because the corporate side, it seems that it's record profits. That's what the stock market's saying. That's what the business reports are saying. The people online are saying, I'm not making enough money to live. Rent going up. That's a big one. People upset about the rent. And then the government spending.
Yeah,
People kind of saying like, man, the government's spending a lot of money. It's devaluing the dollar, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have all the facts on that, but that's something we got to look into, bro. You know, I always thought like it's crazy that a person can't just go to work and make enough to cover basic necessities. I don't know if that's a lie or the truth, but it seems like it's working out. If you're working a job, to cover everything you need to cover, it's kind of tight. Or
yeah.
even small business. I'm not just saying job, like whatever you're working in, it seems to be tighter than normal.
I've noticed it. I've noticed people are tightening up.
Mm.
I think I had like 5 jobs last week that just let me know, hey, I'm pumping the brakes on this project. I'm not I'm not going forward with it yet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough.
On the smaller side, or like bigger projects.
For me, they're like mid-sized projects,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell there's a tightening of finances right now,
Hmm.
and
Wow.
our government's not worried about it. They they don't seem to care.
I think that's a hard part too. Like trying to figure out. I don't know if everybody in the government has that sentiment. I don't know if it's just sometimes the decisions that get made gets voted on by both sides and gets passed. Different laws, different decisions. But I don't know if that's the general sentiment. and there's so much to keep up with. No one has enough time in the day to keep up with what the Senate's doing. you know, all types of the night, all times of the night, all times of the day.
No,
You know, so I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I just, I don't know. I feel like there's so much deception and trickery going on with our political system that we can't even tell what's going on. We just hear about things that have passed, things that have gone through. I don't feel represented. I don't.
Mm. By either party, you play the party game.
By whoever's supposed to be representing me, I don't feel represented. I don't know if it's a party deal. I have no idea.
I think that's an interesting question too, because what does that look like? Was that whole thought process? Was that just something my parents had? But like, when's the last time anybody our age was like, "Yeah, this person is representing us"? I've heard that with like AOC. You know, I've heard that. She's the common bartender, and she became this. But I don't hear that from people in the local neighborhood in the local area. Like, oh yeah, this person represents us. Thinking about our age bracket, I don't see that.
Yeah, I mean, you heard people say that about Donald Trump, but I didn't necessarily feel that way about Donald Trump. I definitely think he helped I definitely think the economy was really good when he was in office, but other than that, when he talked, I wasn't thinking like, yeah, that's exactly what I would say. I was like, dude, I would not have said that.
This is that play, right?
Yeah.
One thing I know some people probably don't want to say though. I know that the economy was good when Donald Trump was in, but sometimes that the first couple years of that presidency is a reflection of the past presidency.
Oh,
People
100%.
don't like that. People don't like to admit that part. Like sometimes, not all the time, but some of the policies that were 4 years before that bleed into the next one.
Oh, that
And
has to happen, man.
yeah, there's no way you can walk in and just, oh, I'm gonna change everything tomorrow. It doesn't work like that.
And the same could be said about the current administration. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of incompetence going on, but Donald Trump was there before this guy. So is he really as great as people think? Because we are riding off of his economy, too.
That's a
Things that he
hard
put
one.
in place.
I don't see. This is where we need one of those, like those real political experts that study presidency and how each action affects a certain amount of data, a certain amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people have the feeling like, oh, when Donald Trump was in, he was doing everything that helped the economy. Maybe
Yeah.
yes, and there's probably things that I think that agreements that he made probably was definitely more business focused. I'm sure that that some of the policies that he went for that helped businesses and their taxes. Yeah, I'm sure he was for that. I'm sure there's things that he did that was, but we don't have the full story. That's the hardest thing. It takes time to understand, like you said, and people probably don't want to admit. Oh, maybe something from Donald Trump's time is affecting us right now. You know, but the spending now, I don't know, bro. It's getting interesting. I was there's a lady who was saying that she had like her student loan forgiveness finally came in for like 150 grand.
Yeah.
Now multiply that times how many students? Let's just say the average is what, 50 grand. That's some spending, bro. I don't know what. Well, we know where the funds are coming from, but that's what we're doing right now. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is true.
You know. Now you were telling me about that bill that we got to read up on it. That might have just got passed. ABC saying that it's $95 billion to for Ukraine.
It makes no sense. I'm not saying I'm a
95
person that
billion.
understands the economics of war or anything like that, but I just don't see. I don't see how that could be possible. Like how our economy could be so bad, and you think a war that we're not even supposed to be involved in, we're spending that kind of money on.
All right, let's try to break this down. Let's try to break this down in our little world, in our little sense. Let's put this on a game board and let's think about this. All right. Now I know war is expensive. Okay, war is expensive on every level, from the machinery, the food, the humanitarian part. All that. All right, but 95 billion is a big number.
Yeah,
95 billion is a big number, right? So let's think about it from strategic war side. Okay, Ukraine is fighting Russia, so I guess it's in our interest to make sure that Russia doesn't make that move and take over Ukraine. That's the war part, if I'm understanding that correctly, right?
yeah,
All right, so somehow we gotta use Ukraine to make sure Russia doesn't win. I guess that's the idea.
yeah. I mean, and the other side of it is, did you hear? Did you hear that Vladimir Putin interview with Tucker Carlson?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So I'm not
Hit me with
saying
that.
that.
Hit me with that.
Okay. So the scariest thing that I got out of that interview, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Putin is a very charismatic person, and he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get me to like him on some level because that's just what he is. He's a statesman, and
Mm-hmm.
he's very well spoken. He's a very smart guy, a very skilled guy, probably more so than most of the leaders that we've had. He's been in office almost as long as I've been alive. you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but with that being said, the scariest thing about the interview was he was talking about Nazis over there, like actual Nazis,
In
and
Ukraine.
in Ukraine. Like that was a lot of his reason why he had to um, go to Ukraine in the first place, according to him. I don't know. I'm not there on the ground. I'm not. I don't know what's going on, but you hear about people saluting these crazy leaders in public schools that were involved in mass genocides, mass war crimes, and this is Ukrainian people doing this. And so if that attitude's there and they're breeding cells of Nazis, I mean, we learned with World War II, you got to fight that and cut it at the quick because you
Mm.
can't let that grow. You
Mm.
cannot let that grow.
Yeah, yeah.
You think it's a joke until it's all across Europe. Everybody's fighting against it, and all it takes is, I don't know. I don't know how much of that's true, but I just say until we know, let's not dump a bunch of money into one side's pocket, especially if that side has anything to do with Nazis.
That's a oof. See, I don't know why that little seed of hate, just keeps popping up. It keeps
I,
popping. Like
I,
I thought, man. Everyone thought, oh yeah, we squashing that. We done with that. That's over. I'm like, wait a minute, man. I don't. I see things are popping up, and the thing is, we don't understand the cult. Well, I don't understand the cultural side of it. I don't understand what it really means in context. I just have to go off of what I read.
yeah,
That's the hardest part because the media might be saying something about, yeah, or Putin might be saying something about, oh, that's Nazis, but I don't understand the full cultural context. I don't want to understand the full cultural context when it's related to Nazis, but I'm just saying, it's just like I take everything with like, okay, I read it, you say that's how it is, but I'm not there, and I don't really know until I'm there. Maybe I don't want to be. I don't want to be there. you know. Maybe we need to send that. You ever seen that dude who play the keys, who convert Nazis? I forgot his name.
Oh
He
yeah.
played. What's his name? He played the piano. I forgot his
Was
name.
it Nazis or white supremacists?
White supremacists. Sorry, white
Okay.
supremacists. KKK.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
little. It's in the same realm. It's
All right.
in the same realm.
Protestant. Yeah. But
It's all pure, unadulterated ignorance. So
yeah, yeah. I forgot that guy's name, but I love it. They did a whole. There was advice. I think someone did a whole documentary on him. And I forgot his name. But he's like, oh yeah, all you gotta do, everybody, you just sit down and talk with him. You just sit down and talk, and they're human. Bro, I can't believe this guy converted people to put down their hoods. He got you open. He has hoods in his closet. Like, oh yeah, this is a Grandmaster Wizard. You know, uh, bro, that's unbelievable, bro. I'm sorry. To me, that's like, wow, dude. I don't know what you have, but you got something. You know, to be walking to a rally and be good. Like, as a black
he
man, like, just saying it.
he just has that closet open when his friends come over, and they're just like, "Oh God, what is this?"
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
Sorry.
coming tonight.
Welcome to the party.
Here's the reason I got you to come over.
Okay, so yeah, yes, that's a point. Putin's point. All right, that's true, right? And we are funding the other side, but then I guess what side do you fund? You're not gonna. I mean, nothing to do with the Russian side because I know that's on paper that's enemy number one or two. Russia, China.
And,
So
and again, man, I have no idea what's going on. It's just I don't make investments on things until I know what's going on. But clearly, I don't have control of my money because
mm,
someone else is just going to say, "Oh, if we decide to have a business meeting tonight, we're just going to make your dollar worth 30 cents in 24 hours, and you have
oof,
nothing to say about it." And it's like, okay, yeah, why are we working so hard then? Why don't we all just not work?
wow.
Because I mean, what is
Well,
it? Now I'm running on a treadmill every time I go to work.
I mean, isn't that what some people saying? I think people they say that they like to say, "Oh, people waking up." I'm like, people asking questions. You know, why are we working so hard? If too many people start asking that question, that could be detrimental, man. That could be detrimental.
For sure.
Maybe that's why they pass these things in quiet, bro. You know, that's maybe why. That's why I don't. I know the military. It's the military, and they got reasons for doing stuff that we may not understand. But it gets questionable when you see numbers like 95 billion, bro. When you see 95 billion, I'm thinking like, bro, people need WIC right now. And I'm sure a couple, 2, 3 billion could cover a good portion of Americans just to have food to eat right now, right?
Yeah,
Rental
man.
assistance.
Or just we want our. Let's at least let the economy dry out for a minute. Let it soak up some benefit for a second until we plunge ourselves yet again into this abyss of debt. I mean, the last one, we're feeling it right now. We're feeling the strain of it right now. And now it's like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, in a few weeks, no one's going to have any money that's worth anything.
But, people not getting fired up, but like some of these corporations playing around just like on the same front. Wendy's is going to start having, um, what is it called? I keep saying it's not inflationary, but like depending on what time you show up, how much demand there is, the price of a burger can go up or down. Fast food. they're gonna be testing it out. Like, it's busy right now. Demand's up. So the burger went from $1. You got $1 frosty. Now that dollar frosty's $2. You know. It slowed down. Oh, surge pricing they calling it. Surge pricing. Like it's a damn plane ticket. Yep. Bro, did something just fall?
Yeah, my hat.
All right, watch out, bro. See, that's that secret government drone.
If it was Australia, dude, I'd already be outside my car. This thing would be ghost riding, and I'd just be like, "See it, bro? Woo!
What's the things called? What is it?
Hell no!
What are the spiders called again? The hunters or the
Huntsman's?
huntsmen? Yeah, huntsmen.
It doesn't matter what it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a spider or anything. If something drops out of your car in the middle of driving in Australia, you got to get out.
I remember asking everybody like, what the heck? And when they get in their car in Australia, they will always pull a flap down. What's up, baby?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm having chips. Can I share some?
Yeah, of course. My son had to ask me for chips. Sorry.
Green light on chips.
Yeah. Watching people check their flaps in the car, I was like, what are you guys doing? Oh, you gotta check for spiders. I don't want to be driving. Spiders pop out. I didn't know how real that was, but people said it. Until I saw someone get bit by one of them spiders in the forehead. I don't know if you remember. The girl that got bit.
Oh yeah.
She got bit by that spider and the left
Her face looked like that for a long time.
Yeah, take a long because it doesn't eat the flesh. Like it eats the flesh out, right?
Yeah, it rots it.
Yeah. But yeah, so Wendy's fast food gonna be surge pricing. I just don't think that's a good marketing play right now. It's like, shouldn't you be doing the opposite? The country's spending money. People got tighter pockets. You should be like, look, we got 99-cent burgers all day. That's the marketing play.
Yeah.
Right?
But dude, I mean, look at fast food restaurants. There's lines around the building on a Tuesday with nothing going on. I mean,
yeah.
So of course they're going to go to some system like this because they want to charge more for a burger when it's really busy, and they can.
Yeah. Well, dang, I think someone called, so it might have reset. But we'll keep going. But yeah, look,
no problem.
Look, yeah, I think that, I guess because they can. And you know what? I don't know if people are going to do anything about it. I'm being straight up. I saw this dude talking on TikTok about like, when are we going to stand up, man? When are we going to do something? We just leave a comment and hit like, and we close the app, and what are we going to do about it? And my honest response was like, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. Because people don't want to stop and suffer. You're not going to do nothing about it. Right? You think everybody's going to... I mean, they tried to stop people from going to Starbucks. People wasn't giving up no Starbucks.
No.
If you told everybody, hey, stop going to fast food for 1 week, I wonder, you think we could do it? That's a question. 1 week, could we not go to fast food? I don't think it'll last. I don't think it'll last 2 days.
Oh, remember when they did the dollar menu to like $1.29? And people were like, no one's going to go here anymore. Dude, it got busier there. More people went.
They won't. So I think people think they want to do something, and like you said, oh man, people gonna riot. People gonna do. I don't know, man. I think everyone's docile. They're not gonna admit it.
No.
I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know if this thing is intentional. They're trying to push people to the edge. But I thought people were going to be on the edge pre-COVID or after COVID, whatever you want to, that word. pre whatever.
There's just too much available history, though, that these systems and corporations and governments can look at, and they know exactly how to boil the frog now. If you do
Slowly.
this, if you do this and take away these things, people are going to riot. If you execute a family member, people are going to protest, but they're not going to get violent. But as soon as you start hurting their way of life overnight, you take away their money, things get violent really quick. So you implement these systems that take a long time and slowly have an effect. So people just go, yep, this is the way things are. And I mean, it's kind of like that attitude in Australia where you're talking to people about the 4th of July, because a lot of people were asking about 4th of July when we were there. And, they're like, oh, yeah, we have that. It's Anzac Day. And it's like, dude, Anzac Day is that's like Veterans Day. That's not the 4th of July. 4th of July was independence from your masters. You never had a 4th of July. And then they would kind of get upset about it. But then at the end, after talking to them and everything, they're just like, well, there's nothing you can do about it, mate. And that's how people are acting in America right now. Like, there used to be a time when if something like this was happening, everyone would stop what they're doing and go down to the White House or, their local state capital and just be like, no, this isn't happening. You're not doing it. Stand down. But people aren't doing that anymore, man.
Well, it ain't happening no more. And the last time that it did happen, everybody had a problem with it. So, because it got too wild, it got too crazy, it got too rough, got too scary, and people weren't with it, and it kind of made a divide. Oh, you with that group? You're not American, or you're not this. And I thought that's what being American was about, like standing up for what you believe in. No taxation without representation. All this stuff that we were told, this is the American thing. A guy standing up for his land. You trying to take my land from me? Nope, I'm going to stand for it. We're going to get our buddies and guns and we're going to stand here. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe that's not. Maybe that's just all the image. Maybe that's the American dream. It's just a idea. It's not really a reality,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't have a. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take to make things change. I don't know what it's going to take to make people at least think differently or take different actions. Because look, I don't even know if the best action is necessarily just fighting everything. That might not be. It might just mean that everyone is waking up and they start changing their not attitudes but their habits. Start changing their habits. That don't take a protest. That don't take a shutdown of McDonald's. That don't even take, hey, we all going to stop going to Wendy's. All it's going to do is, to me, that's like reverse marketing. When people say, okay, we're going to stop going to McDonald's. I think McDonald's like that because every time someone says that, they get a
More
surge.
people go.
Because we all mentioned McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They not coming to McDonald's. But look what we put out. A double Big Mac. You come and get your double Big Mac. Get your double Big Mac. That thing just goes zoop, And then
what's that guy protesting? McDonald's. Oh man, I'm kind of hungry.
He said he don't like it because what? How many campaigns McDonald's had against them, bro? I mean, they had a campaign where they called their food pink slime. And you know what people did? Bought more chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like this is kind of a campaign for some of these places now. It's like, we're not getting enough attention right now. Put out a bad report, Oh, McDonald's use potatoes. Then you find out fry sales go up. Like, so I don't know if it's going to take people just literally, if people start changing their habit though, we literally are only going to buy food from the grocery store. Okay, now here's the math for me. This is the problem that if I think about it from above. Even if you stop going to McDonald's, right? I hate to use McDonald's as that's just the biggest one. You know, everybody knows McDonald's in the world. Even if you stop going to McDonald's, the grocery store that you're going to might be owned by the same parent company, or they might be making profits from the same parent company. So what did you achieve? You know,
Yeah.
what did you achieve? So I don't know. I think people want to protest and do all this stuff, and the scariest thing is for people to change their actions. That will change stuff because then it's an economic shift. It's not just a I'm upset, you know, burn it down type of upset. So I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think in the same way that it's being implemented on us, we should protest in a like manner, because if people just stop subscribing to all this stuff, it will force a change, you know? And we might even see that naturally come about with crypto, especially when you see all this money dumped into the Ukraine. People who are heavily invested in American dollars might go, I'm just not subscribing to this system anymore. There's always cryptocurrency over here, or gold or silver. I'm just going that route. And
Well,
then I have control over my money instead of someone else that doesn't represent how I want to spend it.
well, I mean, this is current news, but a lot of funds, a lot of like larger investors have been selling a lot of stock. A lot of CEOs, I think Amazon, who was it, PayPal, um, a few other companies kind of been not caught, but they have these guys who follow basically politicians who trade. Like they follow politicians' trades and they follow big companies' trades.
Yeah.
There's a few sites. And what they started showing, they started sending out some reports basically saying like these guys are all selling the cash. You know, everybody follows Warren Buffett, but you can't follow Warren Buffett because he's Warren Buffett. He's on a different level. But a lot of companies are selling their stock. A lot of funds are selling their stock and sitting in cash. And I don't necessarily know what that means right now. They do. I don't. But even in the cryptocurrency world, right now, this next bull run seems like it should be coming up. That's what usually happens. The Bitcoin halving is happening, and I don't know where this money is going to go. But things have been passed. ETFs for Bitcoin, maybe even Ethereum. But look, I don't have that final answer. But somebody's making some moves. You know, people don't just pull money out of the stock market, bro. That's not what you don't see that, especially into cash, into the dollar. You don't see that. You only see that when someone's trying to make a different move or pivot to something else. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Banks, you know, I don't know. I haven't read any bank reports where banks are in trouble. I've never seen banks really be in trouble. You know, because banks always get if you shut down the banks, you got more problems. But I don't know what it's going to take for people to change. I don't know if people are ready for it. I don't know if people are ready to suffer. I don't have all those answers, but I don't think that people are ready for action. I really don't.
Well,
I don't think people are ready for action. Go ahead, man.
let's think about this for a second. I mean, isn't it funny how at the beginning of the year, you know, all of this stuff happened where all these big companies laid people off?
Isn't it funny?
It's a little weird, dude. Like, how could you know things were going to go in such a way that they are obviously going?
I don't know. And this is that's a thought too. But okay, and that's where I don't have the true like information because you can read about all the layoffs, and then I'm just going off of what people I'm seeing in social media. People saying they've been applying for jobs for months, they can't get it. They've been applying for. Someone said they applied for 1,000 jobs. I don't even know how you do that, but they haven't been able to get hired. You know, they applied for. This girl was saying she applied for 100 jobs. She has a master's degree, and she can't find work. Now, I don't know the truth on that. I just have to go off of what that person said,
You
you
might have to
know,
move.
to another place.
I don't
100
know.
jobs.
I don't know though. I don't know what a master's degree, like what kind of jobs it gets you. So I can't say that that's like that's not heard of, or oh yeah, that makes sense, because I
Well,
don't even know what jobs those are. Is that like doctors and psychologists? Well, obviously not a doctor, but
yeah.
I mean, there's probably some stuff in the medical field that you could get with a master's.
Yeah, but it's usually high managerials, maybe not senior positions, but maybe managerial positions. Um, I mean, definitely in accounting, finance, director roles, like creative director, maybe a role depending on your market. Uh, I would say maybe junior level executives, junior level jobs. It's different stuff like that. It's kind of like
Mm,
it's not really mid management, but you could start in mid management. But the problem is, if you have your masters, you might not. They might say you're overqualified for just a general position, like an associate.
right.
They might say that, but then I'll look at it like, well, you need a job, or you need to have the corner office job. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It gets tricky. You know,
It
yeah, you
does.
got your masters, but you saying you can't work because it's not the job you want, or you can't work because you just can't find any job, and that starts the whole story again. Like, well, if you work any job, you're not gonna have enough money to do the same, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't, I don't have all. It's too many variables. It's too many variables. Because then on the other side, all right, okay, same thing you said, right? But on the other side, all the skilled labor guys, they can't find enough people.
Yeah.
Every time I see an AC truck, every time I see a electrician van, every time I see a plumbing van, it always got we're hiring number.
Always.
We're hiring always. You know, so
Yep.
I don't know. If that's just a change that's happening. Maybe that's it. I don't have it. I don't have the full answer.
Yeah. Hey, I probably have to go here,
All
but
right,
why don't we pick this up in a little bit?
no problem. I gotta head out too, so perfect timing. All right, man. I'll
Sounds
holler
good,
at you.
man.
Well, I'll hit you up later, man.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
I'll talk to you
all
soon.
right, all right. Peace.